Are you looking for timeless wisdom to guide your finances, build integrity, and inspire generosity? In today's video, we're diving into powerful Bible verses that offer insights on managing money wisely, giving with a generous heart, and living with purpose. Whether you're seeking financial stability, looking to grow in stewardship, or simply want to align your financial goals with God's principles, these verses will give you the foundation and encouragement you need. Let's unlock the secrets to a balanced, blessed, and impactful financial life. Proverbs 21:20. The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. Meaning, wise people save and plan for the future, while impulsive spending often leads to lack. This verse encourages prudent saving and careful use of resources. Proverbs 22:7. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. Meaning, debt can limit freedom and control over one's life. Managing finances wisely and avoiding unnecessary debt helps maintain independence and security. Proverbs 13:11. Dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow. Meaning, money gained through honest hard work grows over time, while quick dishonest gains don't last. This encourages steady, patient growth in financial matters. Proverbs 6:6-8. Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. Meaning, like the ant that prepares in advance, managing finances responsibly includes saving and planning for future needs, even without immediate supervision. 1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. Meaning, loving money more than anything else can lead to poor decisions and even harm. This verse encourages a balanced approach to finances, valuing integrity over greed. Proverbs 27:23-24. Be sure you know the condition of your flocks. Give careful attention to your herds, for riches do not endure forever, and a crown is not secure for all generations. Meaning, know the state of your finances and assets, as wealth doesn't last without careful management. This verse encourages regular review and stewardship of resources. Luke 14:28. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower? Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? Meaning, this verse highlights the importance of budgeting and planning. Before starting any project or financial commitment, it's wise to calculate the cost to avoid financial strain. Ecclesiastes 11:2. Invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Meaning, diversifying investments and not relying on a single source of income provides security against unforeseen circumstances. This verse advocates for wise risk management. Matthew 6:19-21. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven. Meaning, while managing finances is important, it's also wise to invest in spiritual and eternal values. This verse reminds us not to let material wealth consume our focus. Proverbs 11:24-25. One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, comes to poverty. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Meaning, generosity can lead to blessings and prosperity, while selfish hoarding may lead to lack. Financial management should include giving to others and being open-handed. Proverbs 3:9-10. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. Meaning, putting God first in your finances by giving back shows gratitude and invites His blessings. Generosity to God and others often leads to abundance in return. Hebrews 13:5. Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have, because God has said, "Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." Meaning, focusing on contentment rather than constantly desiring more wealth brings peace. Trusting in God's provision helps keep finances in perspective. Luke 12:15. Then he said to them, "Watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions." Meaning, true life and happiness don't come from accumulating possessions. This verse encourages us to value what truly matters, rather than focusing on wealth. Psalm 62:10. Do not trust in extortion or put vain hope in stolen goods. Though your riches increase, do not set your heart on them. Meaning, wealth obtained through dishonest means doesn't lead to lasting success. Even if riches increase, it's essential to keep your heart focused on God rather than money. Proverbs 19:17. Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done. Meaning, being generous to those in need is like lending to God, who will repay you with blessings. Helping others is a vital part of managing your finances responsibly. Proverbs 24:27. Put your outdoor work in order and get your fields ready. After that, build your house. Meaning, this verse advises prioritizing your resources and completing necessary tasks first, like securing a stable income or foundation, before focusing on personal luxuries or comforts. 1 Corinthians 16:2. On the first day of every week, each one of you should set aside a sum of money in keeping with your income, saving it up, so that when I come, no collections will have to be made. Meaning, regular, disciplined saving is encouraged here. Setting aside money consistently helps prepare for future needs and supports charitable giving without last-minute scrambling. Proverbs 3:27. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due when it is in your power to act. Meaning, if you have the means, be generous and fair in your dealings. This includes paying debts and being charitable. Responsibly managing finances allows you to help others. Ecclesiastes 11:1-2. Ship your grain across the sea. After many days you may receive a return. Invest in 7 ventures. Yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Meaning, diversifying investments is wise because it protects you from potential losses. This verse encourages spreading out financial risks and not relying on a single income source. Leviticus 25:35. If any of your fellow Israelites become poor and are unable to support themselves among you, help them as you would a foreigner and stranger, so they can continue to live among you. Meaning, helping those in need is part of responsible financial management. This verse encourages supporting the less fortunate, especially within your community. Proverbs 14:15. The simple believe anything, but the prudent give thought to their steps. Meaning, this verse encourages careful thinking before making financial decisions. Avoid impulsive investments or spending by planning thoughtfully. Matthew 25:20-21. The man who had received 5 bags of gold brought the other 5. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 5 bags of gold. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, Well done, good and faithful servant. Meaning, God values wise and productive stewardship. This parable highlights the importance of using resources wisely, growing what you have been given, and being faithful with finances. Deuteronomy 28:12. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season, and to bless all the work of your hands. You will lend to many nations, but will borrow from none. Meaning, God promises blessings to those who work diligently and follow his ways. Responsible financial management can lead to prosperity and the ability to help others without needing loans. Proverbs 19:1. Better the poor whose walk is blameless than a fool whose lips are perverse. Meaning, integrity is more important than wealth. It's better to have little with honesty than to pursue wealth through foolish or dishonest means. Financial integrity brings long-term respect and peace. James 5:1-3. Now listen, you rich people, weep and wail because of the misery that is coming upon you. Your wealth has rotted, and moths have eaten your clothes. Your gold and silver are corroded. Meaning, hoarding wealth without generosity or responsibility leads to regret and loss. Wealth should be managed with purpose and compassion, not stored selfishly. Proverbs 28:8. Whoever increases wealth by taking interest or profit from the poor amasses it for another who will be kind to the poor. Meaning, this verse warns against exploiting the poor for personal gain. Wealth obtained unfairly will eventually be redistributed to those who use it responsibly and generously. Psalm 112 verse 5. Good will come to those who are generous and lend freely, who conduct their affairs with justice. Meaning, financial generosity and fairness lead to blessings. Those who manage their finances with justice and compassion will experience goodness in return. Deuteronomy 15:7-8. If anyone is poor among your fellow Israelites in any of the towns of the land the Lord your God is giving you, do not be hard-hearted or tight-fisted toward them. Rather, be open-handed and freely lend them whatever they need. Meaning, lending to those in need reflects kindness and trust in God's provision. Financial management should include compassion and willingness to support others. Proverbs 28:19. Those who work their land will have abundant food, but those who chase fantasies will have their fill of poverty. Meaning, hard work and realistic goals lead to financial stability, while chasing get-rich-quick schemes or fantasies often leads to loss and poverty. Luke 3:11. Anyone who has 2 shirts should share with the one who has none, and anyone who has food should do the same. Meaning, financial prudence includes generosity. Sharing your resources with those in need aligns with God's will and brings blessings to both the giver and receiver. Proverbs 23:20-21. Do not join those who drink too much wine or gorge themselves on meat, for drunkards and gluttons become poor, and drowsiness clothes them in rags. Meaning, avoiding excess and indulgence is a part of financial wisdom. Spending responsibly and avoiding wastefulness prevents financial difficulties. Philippians 4:12-13. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through Him who gives me strength. Meaning, contentment is key to managing finances wisely. Learning to be satisfied with what you have helps you avoid overspending and financial stress. Psalm 37:21. The wicked borrow and do not repay, but the righteous give generously. Meaning, this verse emphasizes the importance of paying debts and being generous. Responsible financial management includes honoring your obligations and helping others. Proverbs 22:1. A good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. Meaning, a good reputation and integrity are more valuable than wealth. Financial management should always reflect honesty and trustworthiness. Matthew 5:42. Give to the one who asks you, and do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you. Meaning, financial prudence includes a spirit of generosity. Be open to helping those in need and lending to others when possible, trusting God to provide for you as you give. 1 Timothy 6:6. But godliness with contentment is great gain. Meaning, true wealth comes from living a godly life and being content with what you have. Contentment prevents the endless pursuit of money and helps you appreciate your blessings. Proverbs 11:4. Wealth is worthless in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. Meaning, money cannot save us in times of ultimate crisis, but living a righteous life has lasting value. This verse reminds us to prioritize spiritual values over material wealth. Ecclesiastes 7:12. Wisdom is a shelter as money is a shelter, but the advantage of knowledge is this: wisdom preserves those who have it. Meaning, while money offers security, wisdom offers even greater protection. Financial decisions should be guided by wisdom, as it provides lasting benefits beyond just financial security. Proverbs 20:21. An inheritance claimed too soon will not be blessed at the end. Meaning, wealth gained prematurely or irresponsibly can lead to poor decisions and lack of appreciation. This verse encourages patience and maturity in financial matters. Luke 16:11. So if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches? Meaning, faithfulness with money is an indicator of trustworthiness in greater matters. Managing finances responsibly is a reflection of your character. Proverbs 22:16. Whoever oppresses the poor for his own increase, and whoever gives to the rich, both come to poverty. Meaning, exploiting others for financial gain or giving only to the wealthy is ultimately unwise. Financial practices should be fair, compassionate, and considerate of those in need. Psalm 37:16. Better the little that the righteous have than the wealth of many wicked. Meaning, a small amount of honestly earned wealth is better than large sums gained through dishonest means. Integrity in financial management brings peace and satisfaction. 1 Peter 5:2-3. Be shepherds of God's flock that is under your care, watching over them, not because you must, but because you are willing, as God wants you to be, not pursuing dishonest gain, but eager to serve. Meaning, this verse advises against seeking wealth through dishonest means. Financial management should be driven by a desire to serve others, not just personal profit. Proverbs 16:16. How much better to get wisdom than gold, to get insight rather than silver. Meaning, wisdom and understanding are more valuable than money or riches. Financial success is fleeting, but wisdom lasts and helps in making good decisions, including those related to money. Philippians 4:11-12. I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. Meaning, true contentment doesn't depend on wealth. Learning to be satisfied whether you have much or little helps you find peace and manage finances wisely, without being driven by greed or worry. Proverbs 14:24. The wealth of the wise is their crown, but the folly of fools yields folly. Meaning, wise people use wealth to bring honor and security, while foolish people waste what they have, leading to trouble. This verse encourages using financial resources responsibly and wisely. Matthew 19:21. Jesus answered, If you want to be perfect, go, sell your possessions and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Meaning, generosity towards the less fortunate is a way to store up spiritual wealth. Managing finances with a giving heart aligns with God's values and leads to eternal rewards. Proverbs 19:17. Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done. Meaning, giving to those in need is like lending to God, who will bless you in return. Financial responsibility includes generosity and caring for others. 1 John 3:17. If anyone has material possessions and sees a brother or sister in need but has no pity on them, how can the love of God be in that person? Meaning, financial blessings are meant to be shared. If you have the means to help others and don't, it reflects a lack of compassion. True financial stewardship includes generosity. Ecclesiastes 5:15. Everyone comes naked from their mother's womb, and as everyone comes, so they depart. They take nothing from their toil that they can carry in their hands. Meaning, wealth is temporary. We cannot take it with us when we die. This verse reminds us to manage finances responsibly, focusing on what truly matters. Psalm 112:3. Wealth and riches are in their houses, and their righteousness endures forever. Meaning, financial prosperity, when coupled with righteousness, brings lasting blessings. Wealth is more meaningful when it's managed with integrity and moral values. Luke 12:20-21. But God said to him, You fool, this very night your life will be demanded from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself? This is how it will be with whoever stores up things for themselves but is not rich toward God. Meaning, accumulating wealth without considering your relationship with God is unwise. Financial success is empty if it's solely for self-gain. True richness comes from a life that honors God. Proverbs 37:9. 2 things I ask of you, Lord. Do not refuse me before I die. Keep falsehood and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches, but give me only my daily bread. Meaning, this prayer asks for contentment with basic needs rather than extreme wealth or poverty. A balanced life with sufficient resources is a blessing, helping avoid the pitfalls of both excess and lack. 1 Timothy 6:9. Those who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap, and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. Meaning, the desire to become wealthy can lead to dangerous decisions. Wise financial management involves caution against greed and a focus on lasting values. Proverbs 13:22. A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. Meaning, wise financial planning benefits future generations. Being responsible with finances allows you to create a legacy that positively impacts your family and others. Luke 16:9. I tell you, use worldly wealth to gain friends for yourselves, so that when it is gone, you will be welcomed into eternal dwellings. Meaning, use financial resources to build relationships and help others, creating a positive impact that reflects God's love. Generosity has lasting spiritual rewards. Proverbs 31:16-18. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. She sees that her trading is profitable, and her lamp does not go out at night. Meaning, wise financial decisions, such as investing and working diligently, bring stability and prosperity. This verse encourages careful planning and hard work. Romans 12:13. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Meaning, financial stewardship includes helping those in need and being hospitable. Sharing your resources blesses others and aligns with God's call to love and support one another. Proverbs 13:8. A person's riches may ransom their life, but the poor cannot respond to threatening rebukes. Meaning, wealth can provide security in difficult times, but it also brings responsibilities. Financial management should include a focus on protecting and using wealth wisely. 2 Corinthians 8:14. At the present time your plenty will supply what they need, so that in turn their plenty will supply what you need. The goal is equality. Meaning, sharing financial resources ensures that everyone's needs are met. When one has abundance, they can help others, knowing that someday the support may come full circle. Proverbs 15:27. The greedy bring ruin to their households, but the one who hates bribes will live. Meaning, greed and unethical financial practices lead to harm. Rejecting dishonest gains and living with integrity brings peace and stability to a household. Matthew 13:22. The seed falling among the thorns refers to someone who hears the word, but the worries of this life and the deceitfulness of wealth choke the word, making it unfruitful. Meaning, wealth can distract from spiritual growth. Financial management should focus on eternal values rather than getting caught up in the pursuit of money, which can lead to spiritual loss. Proverbs 28:11. The rich are wise in their own eyes. One who is poor and discerning sees how deluded they are. Meaning, wealth can create a false sense of wisdom. Humility and discernment are more valuable than riches, as they help you make balanced and ethical financial decisions. Stay blessed.